Ayo, this is Dash, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Canik Mete SFT versus a Canik Mete SFT Pro. Which one should you buy? Which one do you need? Which one should you carry? All right. Heyo, this is Dash, and today, like I said, I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between the Canik Mete SFT and the Canik Mete SFT Pro. So, at first glance, you look at the two different pistols and you're like, they're the same. They're not the same. There are some subtle differences between them that make this, the SFT Pro, worth a little bit more money. And when I say worth a little bit more money, you're paying for some extra things that Canik has done for this particular pistol. So I'm going to be completely honest and transparent. My Canik Mete SFT is not stock. This pistol is not stock. I have made some modifications to it that make it more similar to an SFT Pro. Before the SFT Pro came out, I did these things to my SFT, and this is my SFT that I carry probably 6 to 8 months out of the year. It is one of my, if not my favorite Canik, because I have the most rounds on this Canik. This is the this is the Mete SFT. I am the most accurate with this Canik.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Oh, there we go. And I've shot it the most. Now, I'm going to show you, I have the slides locked open, and we can show you that they're both free and clear. There's nothing here. So I'm going to close these guys down, and I'm going to just start from the slide. The width of these pistols is exactly the same. They're the chunkiest bits are the same. Where you start running into differences between the two pistols, this again, I'm going to try to keep the SFT Pro on my right and the SFT on my left, so that we can, when I'm just showing you, you'll know which pistol is which. So this, if you notice first off the bat, the SFT and the SFT Pro has a longer barrel. It has a fluted and threaded barrel. The SFT has a solid slide. The SFT Pro has a hole in the slide, and this hole in the slide is what are called lightning cuts. And that lightning cut makes this pistol, the reciprocating mass, reduce. There are also lightning cuts on the side of each of the pistols. And with the threaded, and again, I said fluted barrel, the fluted barrel it lightens the barrel just a little bit versus like a solid chunky barrel. Also, the flutes on the barrel reduce the contact on the slide, so hopefully it reduces some friction. The triggers, I would normally say the Mete SFT, the Mete SFT has a curved trigger shoe. I change all of my triggers on all of my pistols that I carry to flat trigger shoes, and this was no exception. Aside from the flat trigger, I have cosmetic changes. I have painted my slide and the magwell, and then also I have put on a red base plate. The red and black theme here goes with the colors of my barbecue business, which if you haven't or don't know, I'll leave a link to my barbecue channel there. But for the most part, or for all intents and major purposes, these two pistols are very much the same, with the exception of the trigger, the threaded barrel, and there's additional aggressive serrations on the slide, so that, you know, in case you are press checking in front of the opening here, you can get a really good grip on this slide. This one, you can get a similar grip on this slide. It's just easier on this because the serrations are all the way up to the top of the slide versus just being towards the bottom. So this would be like an underhanded, you know, press check versus an overhanded press check. This, the Pro with the more aggressive serrations at the top, you can do your press checks there. Most people ask about, or I've had folks ask me, should you get the Rival or SFT Pro versus the base model? If anything, I would suggest a Pro model over a Rival. But when it comes to the Rival, if you have the option to get the stainless steel Rival, that would be my suggestion. But it also depends on what you're going to be doing with this particular pistol. If you plan to carry it, I'm going to carry an SFT that I update and put a flat trigger in, and I always I will update my optic and put, this is an EPS carry, and this has the multi reticle, and like I said, this is the pistol that I'm most accurate with, and I shoot this one almost every week. This SFT Pro, and actually I'll be completely honest with you, when I purchased this, I really was under the impression that it was an SFX Pro, and I don't know, I think I have an SFX Pro around here somewhere, but I know I have an SFT Pro in my nightstand or on my nightstand with a light. And this was a recent purchase, used purchase from from the store I work at, and it came in, and I was like, it's coming home with me. So, but SFT Pro versus SFT, Mete SFT, they're not going to feel any different in your hand. The difference is going to be if you care to or need the threaded barrel. If you're going to be suppressing a 9mm, then this is a cheap and easy way to get it done. If you're going to be carrying this pistol, I am of the my thought is to carry the more basic pistol, save a little bit on the purchase of the pistol, and then you can actually do some upgrades, like upgrading the trigger and upgrading your optic. I mean, some people find it a hard pill to swallow when the pistol could be about $400, well, it could be between $400 and $500, depending on if you buy it used or new, and you're spending about $400 on the EPS carry optic. But my thought is, you buy once, you cry once, you get the best optic that you need to out of the box. And guess what? This optic is not necessarily married to this pistol. If I want to take it off of this pistol and put it on this pistol, I can. Luckily for me, I guess, this pistol came with this is a primary arms red dot. I am not a fan of a single solitary red dot. I'm going to try to show you in here. There you go. You can see that dot is more than just a dot. It is a circle and a dot. That circle and dot gives you a point of aim as well as a point of impact. Versus when you have a single dot, and I'm hoping the dot is in there, I can't tell. When you have a single dot, all you have is a point of impact. If you're a little too high or a little too low or a little too anything, you're not going to get the feedback you need in an effort or to help you aim better. Make sure you twist or you get your aim where it needs to be in order to get a decent shot, in my opinion. I found with new shooters gravitate to and can use a circle and a dot versus just a dot only. So, but that is my, I'll say quick and dirty.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
But that is my opinion on the difference between the two of these pistols. All of the other things, for all intents and other purposes, they are identical. The only main differences are all in the slide and in the trigger, technically. But I have updated this trigger. As far as weight, I think they weigh about the same, but let me just weigh this real quick, weigh them real fast to see. So we're looking at 1 pound, 9 ounces, 9.1 ounces. And the SFT is 1 pound, 10.2 ounces. And part of that difference in the weight could be the fact that I have the full size, full enclosure EPS carry. This primary arms optic is a little smaller, a little more sparse. Other than that, I mean, 1 ounce difference between the two pistols. And I don't know if the longer barrel actually does much to offset the weight or impact the weight, more or less. But other than that, they are very similar. In my opinion, again, I'm almost always going to suggest a base model SFT that you can do some upgrades to. Upgrading the trigger, I have a video on that. It's very simple. Installing the EPS carry, again, I have a video on that. Very simple. This base plate, it was very simple to do. You just have to push out, and again, very simple. If I could do it, you can do it. But there we have it. The Canik Mete SFT and Canik Mete SFT Pro. There are the differences.